Okay, so this is our third tutorial for Unix. So we know we are going to go a little bit more commands. We'll talk about more commands today. And guess what? We were having some hard time yesterday, right? I mean, we had some hard time with Grex. Let's try this. Let's try this Grex, and this is really good. I mean, see, if you're practicing, I'm intent to give you access for this for practice. Okay. Jamaica, and so what is your password? 21. Okay, so so I hope you will be using this. Okay, using for your own understanding of Unix. So so I hope it is working. If it is not, if Grex is not working, I have an alternative here. Okay, I have many alternatives. We have SDF Unix, when is shell Z. So we will we'll try to see what is working and see how we can help it out in this. Okay, so we will not stop the class. Okay. Yeah, my sessions are a little bit lengthy, maybe 1 hour. Maybe you don't like that long, but it's okay. You may replay it later, or you may want to do it later. It's up to you, and it's okay. The reason is I don't want to make short, like 5 minutes or something, 2 minutes, because not that I can't do it. It's I want to be a little bit more detailed when I'm explaining. So it's just wanted to be more a little bit understandable. So okay, so if you want recap of yesterday. So yesterday what we discussed was about various commands in the Unix using shell. We used to let's clear the screen actually. Good. So we discussed various commands actually. Now we'll continue with this, especially with the touch command. Remember the touch command? That's very useful. Useful in sense if you are using in some particular areas or something like this. Let's see here. Now I know what is it. I don't want to go all this typing all the way around. I know where I am now. Oops, sorry. Okay, so here we created one file using touch command that is sample.csv. So how do we know? We want ls minus ltr. So here it says we have created on December 8th 2010. See this? We didn't give time properly. We're supposed to give time, right? That's bad. Didn't take the time. Okay, so supposed to take the time, but yeah, we created a file which is you can also create future files. I think you can also do the future files, past files. You can go into time machine and all the stuff using touch command. So that the touch command is good. Now you can create files, future files and present files. Future files I'm not sure, but I know past files you can do it. I've never tried it. Maybe you can try it as a homework. So that should be a good homework for you. Okay, so we'll go to next command. Actually, we have this wc command. This word count. This throws an error. Actually, we cannot just put wc just like that. Okay, so but there is wc. The usage is supposed to be wc minus all this word count. Oops, maybe that's supposed to be a wrong. Yeah, maybe I screwed up. Let's start it again. Just that's not the way to do it. This shell is working today. Oops, sorry. This Grep shell is working pretty good, so I hope we'll have no issues here today. Hopefully. Okay. So yeah, I mean word command. If you want to see, let's see wc minus -l. See if this is supposed to work. Hope so. It's more of a, you know what? Let's not. It's not even taking the command. So you know, it's actually in the process, and it's actually. It's a wrong usage. You're not supposed to use the wc command just like that. So it is a problem. So we just so here, right? We want to see here what is man wc. Does it even exist? Oh, it does. Okay. So it's a print new line for each count. Okay, and we was trying wl supposed to print line of the count. Okay, it's not working out yet. Okay. So normally this is for files. Okay, this is for files. We want to try this for files actually, not for you know but we will just try for a file actually. So exactly usage, you want to know this usage. Okay, before that, wc option, the file name, you see this? That's what it is. So that's what we are doing all the way around. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, we should be in this. Okay, great. Let's see here to find out. So I have this few of this. I have one records.csv file. This I just added a new file .csv. No, this is very good. Now let's try this. wc, you want to know the how many lines does this file contains, right? wc minus -l records .csv. Okay, now what this command wants to do is it shows print how many new line counts. Let's try this out. Should work. That's bad. The 0 records. No, this doesn't have 0 records. Okay. Alright, so let's see here. We'll try a wc minus -l records dot CSV. So CSV is very big one, so oops. I'm just saying this is okay, never mind, we'll use wc minus -l. Okay, we'll try to use wc minus -m, and we'll try to see this because records.csv has so much of data in it. We don't want to open that one unless, because I just put it intentionally so that we could have some information. Here you go. It's working. It's good. So it has 9,000 92,320 records. So okay, the point here is the wc word count means minus w. Okay, there's a lot of options in this, so we were just confused with this, a lot of things. So wc minus -m shows actually the number of records here. Now if you want to view the records, sure, you can use cat command. Okay, cat records dot CSV. Okay, let's see here, and you cannot count 92,320 records. Alright, this is a little bit slow here, but it's working. So so my point here is, now the point here is to show you how to handle this a large amount of data. This is one file which has so much amount of data, right? There's a lot of amount of data, and so how do you deal with this? So when you want to know, now you cannot read all this, right? Do you have time? Do you have that much time? This is delimited file. Delimited file? No, sorry. It's comma separated value. Okay, let's enter here. Alright, so you cannot read all this, right? I mean, you don't have time for all this thing. So the point of using this command is to know how much the word count, right? Word count, how many records are. So that's the reason wc minus m, and you want to use which files do you want to use. This records.csv, and that shows you right there 92,320 records. Actually it's a word count actually. So it's a word count, not the lines. Lines I think is only 1,000 records, not 500 I guess. So it's not showing the line, it's showing, it's supposed to work with L2, I don't know, for some reason. So we'll just check it out again. Okay? This word count is pretty complex. WC, what we want to see, bytes. Okay, we want to see the bytes. Okay, we'll try with bytes. Okay, WC minus C, right? And records dot CSV, and this is string the same number 92. How interesting. So it's just showing the same records character. Yeah, it's supposed to show the some reason this thing is not working actually. It's not supposed to show. So minus W is working. How many words it has? 92,320. That's good. So at least one command is working, right? We have to be, let us be happy with that. So byte, supposed to show the byte, but then we don't need this byte because we can use right, we can use ls minus mtr, right? That's supposed to show how much bytes it is. No, it's again showing the same value actually. Okay, nevertheless, this is supposed to be the that's the usage of word count. This here what's working is WC minus M is working well. So that's good. And if you want more, go ahead with WC man WC and try to see here if anything helps for you out. So this is limited actually. I think it's supposed to have some long list. You can also use this for via editor, I guess. So maybe it's for some reason it's not showing up here. So okay, we have limited access, so don't worry about it. It's very limited. We have this, so but still we are lucky to use have this usage of this. Okay, now alright, so now next command we are going to use chown command. Chown command. Now we have this mod command. I guess that was for directory, this is for file. Okay, alright, now what you're gonna do here is you want to use again this actual number actually. We will just try to use this Windows CP here for my understanding. Not that I'm not good in that. It's like I'll just use some easy way to find out this thing. So you can use this. Alright, let's see here. Go to cards, go to properties. See here, you have 0644 access, not 07. 0744 together. So you have only 06. So you cannot execute this file. Okay, we won't have any problem with this. So you know what? Let's try to do this. CHOWN and 06. What is that again? 0644, right? Okay. 0644, and the file name is records.csv. Let's see what it shows. How interesting. Now the problem is operation not permitted. This is admin access. You want to go as a root. So we want to root. Oops, sorry. Switch user. We want to go as a root here, so we don't have access. So I want to get rid of this. Okay. You see here, you're not in the group of V. So even if I type the right password for the admin, it says you're not in the group. So why bother, right? So we don't have any access to admin, so don't worry about it. So alright, so CHOWN, make use of this man because we don't have admin access, so we can't use this. As you can see, it was rejected, but we can use chmod command, so that is good. You can use any of these commands too. Yeah, you see here you have more of a root of information here. So it's not something we want to look into it, but yeah, it's good to know. Good to know that yeah, it's more of a root user, so you cannot use much of it unless you are an admin. Okay, there is one more command, chgroup. Now this is also admin, but we'll just find out. Change group ownership. Yeah, you will see wherever this root comes, you cannot. And I'm unable to do this because I don't have access to this. But this is good to know. That's the command for change group. Okay, you can also change the group. Alright, so we're not going to use it here. Now there is a command. No, it's good. One command we missed it. Okay, here's. Okay, we have this file, right? Let's say what file? Records.csv. Now, without actually viewing this file, now since if I have to view, I have to view this cat and records, and no, we don't want to do that. Why? The file is very big, and I don't want to go this whole process of moving this Unix and changing this. We don't want to do that, and it's not. Sometimes it's not feasible to view that file already. So what we want to do is, let's clear the screen. What you want to do here is, let's say you want 10 records, 10 upper records in that records.csv, right? Do you get the point? You want 10 records from that records.csv. You don't want to read whole records.csv. Why? You don't have time. You cannot do that. So why you want to? You have this command head. Let's say 10 records. I'm saying 10 records. So put -10, and what file? Records.csv. All right. Let's see if it works here. I hope it works. Oh wow! No, this is really bad. Just back. it's not 10 records. Let's see here. How do we use this head output of first part of it? That's what I did. So what you 10 minus head minus 10 supposed to work that, but somehow it didn't work. Yeah. Okay, print is the number of lines first 10. That's what I did, right? So minus n. Okay, so we're going to use minus n here. Okay, so head what is that? Minus, not n actually. Yeah, we're supposed to, instead of n we have to put the number actually. Let's see. Yeah, you have to put that number head minus. Okay, let's put 2. That means first 2 records. What is so? Seriously. Nah, there's something wrong here. It's not supposed to show up whole file. It's supposed to show the. Okay. Nevertheless, for some reason it's not taking that command. We have one more command, tail. Now let's again, the tail command works a similar way. Tail minus 10, because see the problem was we are using this. You know what? Let's see here. If we have this sample text. You know what? Let's do one thing. That is CSV file. So might be some issue with the CSV kind of file. So what I'll do is cp copy this. This has some value here. Okay, number.text. Oops, I don't know the location. So what I want to do is put it over here. Okay, cp number.text and copy this. Oops, not this. Slash menu. Let's do what happens. Great. Now we have to go into that directory and see that. Okay. Now we have numbers.txt. I hope it has some values in it, right? Let's see. Txt. Oops, sorry. Okay, so it has numbers 200, 1000, 110, 500. So let's see 3. Why don't we try this head minus 3? Okay, numbers dot txt supposed to show the 3 values. There you go. Now here you go. The problem why it was not showing for CSV file, because it is CSV file. Now I hope you guys got the point, right? It's working for .txt file. .txt file is simple. CSV file is Excel. Okay, now MS Excel is not compatible with this. So now what you want to do with such kind of thing is you want to convert that CSV into .txt file. Okay, now that's a big job there. You don't want to do that. Yeah, you want to do that actually. So, but luckily I have that. Let's see here. Very good. So far so good. I have this. What I'll do is just copy and paste here. I don't have, I'm using this data here, so just don't want to. Alright, so that didn't work for .csv, so we know head commands don't work for CSV, head and tail commands. But now we'll try this. We have lot amount of data here. Okay, we have test underscore data. Oh, I want to change this actually. So nevertheless, so I want a head -10, okay, test score data.txt. Let's see how this worked out. It's working, right? It's working for .txt files, but it's not working for .csv files. Remember that, okay? At least in this Unix, okay? In this, not sure for other operating system, but it's not good for this. Okay, the same way, tail -10, and what's that? Okay, we'll just copy paste here. Yeah, it's working. Okay, it's working fine. First 10 lines is showing up. Okay, in this 10 lines you can count it: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the problem here is it's a space limiting file, so it's going double. So don't worry about it. You clear this. Sometimes you don't want to read the file, right? Let's say that's the reason WC didn't work for it, I think. Let's try this WC minus no test scope data.txt. Yeah, why not one? It's working for this. So be careful with CSV files. You don't want to use these commands for CSV files. Use WinSCP. Just copy paste and use this. But don't try this one for CSV files, because CSV is Microsoft's and it's not compatible with this. So I mean, at least for this operating system, maybe it's compatible for other, but so these two important commands here. So now is what I wanted to show you. So all right, we have one more command here, so we will actually finish. I hope we'll finish all these commands by today, and I hope I'll complete one more class if this video is working, and this is so we'll complete today 2 classes, but 2 separate videos, not one, because don't want to exceed more than 1 hour, because it's not we don't have that much time. So okay, so there is a command called cut. Did I explain cut? We talk about it, but we will just find out actually. Remove sections from each line of files. That's very interesting. We don't want to do that for now. That's removes the sections of the file, in particular it's kind of head tail, but it's completely removes into the file, so let's be careful of using that. So alright, so we use short command, SORT. So this let's find out what's this all about. Short lines of text. So here what you can do is this is pretty long. I can explain you one. This is too big. This has so many options. I don't even know what to do with this. Wow. Actually, this requires only when you in particular job when you do here, right? That's what it requires. Otherwise, you don't use all these commands at one particular place or something. Wow. So, but short is you can short it out using. Let's go back. So you can use -b if you are ignoring blanks, or dictionary order. Sorry. Here, now we don't want to use .csv. We know it's not working here. Okay. we use .txt sort. What is its number here? Okay, minus d. Let's type sort minus d and test data .txt. Let's see what happens. Ooh. I'm not exactly sure what it sorted out, but it did something. Okay, it sorted out, and what it did was sorted out in dictionary. That means it's supposed to be the name came up in alphabetical order or something like that. So more information, you can always help yourself like this. Yeah, you can do this month chart. Mouse doesn't work. Okay. Or reverse, you can want to do the reverse chart, you want to do this is kind of short, short, right? You want to shorten the file from, how do you want it, ascending order, descending order, stuff like that. Okay, how you can merge it too, that's good. Minus M command, that merge. So okay, great. So that's a short command. And so Grep command. Okay, before going to Grep is very powerful. You can use the whole operating system to find something, but before going to Grep, we will check it out, this find command, right? Find. Alright, now the name itself says find what? If you know the file name, let's go back. Now I am in that. Here there's lot of files, right? Lot of files. Let's see here. I want to find. Let's say. Here we have few. We know what to find, but let's say if I want to find some file name, find file name. It's all numbers .txt. And it shows number.txt. That means it exists. Now if you want to find which doesn't exist, some random number, so notice that directory first. So that's what it means. So if you are, you can also find the directory, I guess. Let's find out. Find my directory. Hallelujah. It's now it's not even just finding my directory here, but it's also trying to, it also found my files which are inside the directory. That's very good. That's very good use of this command, of find command. Here not even just my directory, but it also found out my files, manu.txt, sample, records, CSV, and all those things. That's great. So that was fun. But we want to use man and just find out more about this find. This find has a lot more things to do. So here, here what you do is, let's say there is an option here like find, I don't remember exactly, so but let's say you don't know the name, right? You want to put, I guess you use pattern, you have this pattern too, you can put the pattern. Let's try the pattern here. Okay, that means I don't know the file name, and I'll say something which starts with M. Okay, let's see how does it work. Ouch. Supposed to see also the pattern, so I'm not able to find this. It also is, let's say if you don't know something, you can also find, and not minus actually, yum star. There you go, that's it. So star stands for wildcard. Okay, now this worked. No, I'll explain you what it is. Now find. Now what I'm trying to find is, I don't know exactly the directory name. Let's say I'm trying to find the directory and files and folders or whatever it is. Not folders, directories, of course. So what happens is, I'm not able to know the exact name of this directory, right? I know what is my directory. Manu is my directory, but I don't know the exact name. MANU, I don't know. So what I want to do here is, but I know the first letter. It starts from M. So there's a pattern, right? So that's what it means by pattern. M. So I know the first letter of my directory, and I throw a wildcard here. This star means wildcard. It's in all of this operating system or anywhere in Unix, SQL, the star represents normally the wildcard. So what it does is, whatever the directory name or the objects which starts with M, it's supposed to find it. So that's what it does. Mailbox, manu slash manu.txt, manu slash manu. So only name the manu. So alright. So that's how you can use this find. Find is good. I like find. You can. You can also, I guess, you can also give that location. Let's say, I don't think so, but let's try it this way. It is not in the help file too, but so we are here, right? Let's go out here. So we are here. Okay. Now what I want to do here is, let's say I want to find, and I want to give this here, right? Put it here slash yum star. It's supposed to work, but not, it doesn't work. Don't bother. Hallelujah, it did work. So what happened is, I'm giving the directory hold that finding this directory. So you can use any directory technically. You're using here. Okay, we'll just go back to our directory actually. Don't want to mess up with this. Okay. Alright. So what we are trying to do here is, we want to find some object or some directory, and we don't know the name of the directory. So what I did is, but I know the location, right? I know the location, /i/t/it America / I don't know the name, so we're putting yum, but I know first letter of my directory, so yum star. I'm throwing the wildcard. So whatever with yum, here it shows. This is the directory, and it's just here. So I can go in the root and do that, and I don't want to do that right now because it will take a lot of CPU usage, and that's not really good. So we'll mess up a lot of things here. So we'll not do here. All right. Now let's go to the grep command. Grep, grep. Grep is actually similar to find, but it's way far more powerful than find command. Okay. It can also able to find the particular character in a file, and it's far more. The usage is very huge. Here you can see the pattern name. You can find a file. Shows a lot of things here. W -W. That means you can find a specific word in a file. You know what? Can we try that here? Let's try that. -W, right? Let's see here. Word. How interesting. Let's see, but I'm not sure exactly. Wait. Okay. So we have this file, right? Sorry, you have to be on our directory. You have this file, testdata.txt. So, guess what? grep I'm using grep command. This is powerful than find. Find we can find find we can find any objects. You can find directory, you can find a files. Now grep is something we can find in a file. That means that is the words or characters or all kind of stuff. So here let's find out, does it work or not. Now grep minus w, that means we want to find in what. Since we are in this, so we will just use test. That's bad. You know what, we have to give this full directory. Oh, let's do this. We have to throw this wildcard actually. So we will be using this grep minus w, and I'm going to use this, okay, slash this data dot txt. And how did we do this for? So we want to find this here. I'm not sure we have to use a slash, but how about space? No, I don't think so. Yeah, this was a bad idea to use this. So it search everything in that, so we don't want that. So we are actually I screwed up. I know this was not a good idea to use that command just like that. So so here to use this, right, grep minus w, in which file we want to use this file. See, actually, let me give you an example. Actually, I don't have a specific example for this command. Actually, give me a second. You have to use a string name actually. Grep. This grep is very powerful. You can find word in that, but I'm not able to find a specific example for that actually. That's the problem. So there is a, okay, let's okay, we have this. I am not sure this command works, but let's find out this. Grep minus n, and gives the line number in which test data dot txt. This is supposed to work with this. I hope it's supposed to work. It gives a number of lines actually. So there is grep minus v minus n. So this grep command is too big, so let's run it again. So here, if you see here, you can also find out a lot of options with the grep. Minus v minus n, minus v minus n. So, okay, so you can look into it, and you can view this as a little bit complex when you're trying to use it, but Either way, if you don't able to find out, you can always use WinSCP. That's the reason I give you the WinSCP. If you're not able to find out, go ahead and click on this and view this file just like that. It's easy to view here. Then okay, so that's the reason that was the main intention to give you WinSCP. So if you're not able to do that into it, not able to understand this, you can always use WinSCP. Okay, so that's about grep command, and we can try it out. There's a lot of options: -q, -s, -v, there's a lot of things here for the grep, and you can use grep as same as find too. Oh no, you can't. Actually, this is more for a file, finding for a file. I'm not sure why it's not working as it's supposed to work. It's hanging out. So there's something wrong with operating system. Actually, it's not. It's not supposed to hang out like that. So maybe it's not. The grep is not really good in this. So. Okay. But yeah, there's an option for grep, a lot of and then we'll go to the next command, that is compress. I'm not sure this works here, but we'll go to our directory, clear the screen, and compress. You know what, we want to compress this test underscore data.txt. So COMP. Let's find out if there is something called compress, because some operating system doesn't have this. Oh wow, yeah, lucky. So there are two options, compress and uncompress. So this compress command is like zipping the file, zip, unzip. In Windows you call it zip, here you call as compress, but now there are a lot of options here. So we'll try to do this. Compress. What is the file name? Test data .txt. It did very good. How interesting. Now if you see here, it did, but the extension got changed. .z. Wow. So it compressed that, but the problem is it compressed that file, but it went with an extension .z. That's common, right? Whenever you compress it or whenever you zip in the file, you get that extension .z. I'm sorry, .zip, .rar file if it's RAR files. Now we want to uncompress that, so we just uncompress that file name here. Great, so it uncompressed. It's good. That extension got changed. So that's about compressing a file and uncompressing file. So we didn't see how much it compressed, right? But it did compress. We didn't see how many bytes did it save by compressing it. But you can do that actually. Let's find out. Let's you have this. This has that has 81833 of bytes, right? This is the bytes. 8133. So if I want to compress and use this, okay, they did in ls -cr. It did compress. How interesting. Now you see, from 81833 you came to 42990 bytes. So these are bytes actually. Okay, so that's good. We are working good. We'll go back. Oops. So that's good. We know one good command to compress it. So The same way, there's something called pack. Oh, there's no pack. Okay. There is libpack. It's a different thing altogether. So I don't think this works here. But we guess we can try it out if it works. So pack test score data.txt. I don't think this works, but oh, it did. No, it didn't. It's a pack in or pack out. So it's similar to compress, but this is didn't do anything. So it's similar to compress, but here it's called libpack, not pack. Okay, it's pack on that. Now there is one more command, gzip. Gzip, like in in Windows you have like winzip. So it's like here you call it a gzip. We'll go ahead and find out. Let's find out. Yeah, this is also like compress. So what we'll do here is gzip. Hold on, this one is working on correct. Gzip the file name. Okay. Now if you see here, it did compress this file. Okay, but got an extension of .gzip. Okay, this is good because you want to compress some files here. You want to use that. But let's find out how much did it compare. 36. Oh, this gzip is better than compress. You found out because that was using 4,000 some bytes. This is 3,600. So this is more better than compress command. So that's good. Now you want to unzip it. Go ahead and unzip it. The command is gun zip and the file name. We did, but let's see here what had happened. It went back to 8,183. See the difference? I mean, the file got compressed to such a level. I mean, it's like almost half the file. Okay, that's so powerful. Very powerful thing. So okay, now these two important commands we'll cover. Just maybe we are running out of time. The next week cover the next, and tomorrow hopefully we'll go to the editor, and hopefully we'll end this class pretty soon actually, unless you want more information here. But okay, so let's go to the next command. What is that? Yeah, compare command, cmp. There's two commands, compare and diff command. So let's find out what's the difference out there. Alright, here you have, okay, let's clear the screen here. Okay, you have this numbers.txt, right? Numbers.txt. So I want to see what's that. Okay, so you have this number 200, 100. Now what I want to do is cp numbers.txt. No, I want the location actually. cp Okay, great. So what I did is I copied a file with just gave a different number here for that particular location and assigned its numbers.txt, and there are two files here. Okay, numbers, but the same values are same. Sorry, here is, you see this numbers dot numbers2 dot txt, values are same here. Sorry, numbers dot txt. Okay, the values are same. So let's compare it. Cmp file name file2. So what is my file name? I'm trying to compare these two files here. Space this. The value is same, so it's not able to find out here. So what we'll do, we'll just change something in that. Okay, I'll be using let's refresh it. Fresh. How interesting, this will be from the fresh option. Alright, here we go. So here we have this two files, and I'll change some data here. So I can go through the editor and do that, but just using this one. Okay, so now the two numbers are different, right? We have two different things. Now what I'll use the same compare dot numbers and this. Let's see what happens. Now this is showing the difference that number 2 differs one character, one line. There is a difference here. That's good. But that doesn't help. Cmp command doesn't help. But we can try cmp, find out what's more options here. Not much many options here. So very good. Okay, there is one more command called diff. Diff is very important. diff and numbers.txt space numbers2.txt. Now here it shows what it is differing from this 300. We added 300, remember? Let's find out that. Cat numbers2.txt. See here, there's a extra number. It's a difference. It's showing its difference. Compare is more of comparing that particular character and showing up, and this diff command is showing what's the difference between. Okay, so we'll stop here. I think I have a lot of commands to move on. We'll cover this. Tomorrow will be a long day. We will go through the editor and lot of commands in that, actually. How to view that, how to navigate a file, and that should be pretty much about the Unix. But we'll see if I get more information on the Unix, and we'll go to that. Okay, so we'll stop here because don't want to take too much of time, and we'll exit. Okay, see you in the next class.